In computer graphics, let us talk about the illumination model. Illumination means when you have certain object, some light source is there, so it is illuminated. Illuminated means the lighting and shading. It gives you an actual view, means the realistic world view of the 3D object. So illumination, how do we compute the radiance for a sample ray? We must derive computer models for the emission at light sources. Light sources. Okay. First, we need to have illumination from the light sources, then scattering at surfaces, because in real life also, whenever a ray is is subjected to any object, so it may scatter at surfaces, so that will be what will be shown by scattering effect. And the reception, this is a light source, now this ray comes, now it is taken by some camera. So we have to derive more computer models for emission at light sources and scattering at surfaces and reception at the camera. This is a wireframe. This is without illumination. This is just a wireframe, and this is, you can say, you have some texture of it. But when you have direct illumination, see, this is now looking like an actual 3D object. So this is the power of illumination. So we have two kinds of illumination. One is the direct illumination, as you are able to see here. We'll see the emission at light sources and scattering at surfaces in the direct illumination. While in global illumination, we'll see the shadows, the refractions, and the inter-object reflections in global illumination. So let us start. The modeling of light source. This is a light source, okay, and this light source, we describe it by the expression I, that is the function of x, y, z, theta, phi, and lambda. So this describes the intensity of energy and leaving at light source and arriving at arriving at the location xyz. This is the xyz location. From certain direction, that is theta and phi will tell you the direction, and lambda is the wavelength of the light. This is the modeling of light sources. The empirical model is to ideally measure the irradiant energy for all situations. Ideally measuring irradiant energy for all situations, and for that we need to have too much storage, and it is very difficult in practice. So ideally, if you want to measure the irradiant energy under all the situations, it will be there will be two problems for us. So light source model, there are certain mathematical models. One is your point light, then you have directional light and spotlight. So these are the three kind of light in which we can make models. So let us start with the point light source. Point light source is models which are omnidirectional point source. For example, bulb. This bulb is considered as the omnidirectional. Omnidirectional means this bulb is giving light in every direction. Omni means all directions. The intensity is given by, say, I0. The position is Px, Py, and Pz. And the factors, that is the Kc, Kl, and Kq. These are factors for attenuation to distance d. Attenuation is the degeneration of the signals or the energy with the distance. So the energy which you will find here will be attenuated. Will be the energy received here will be less than what is being supplied from here. And let me tell you, this is the expression of this. The IL will be given by the I0, Kc, Kl, Kq. And these are the distance. So this intensity is a function of this distance along with the factors. What about the directional light source? Directional light source, for example, sun. Sun is considered to be a directional light source. So this models point light source at infinity. So at infinite, the distance becomes very large. So the previous expression, if you place d0 here, so we'll get the value like IL equal to I0. So intensity is given by I0, and the direction is given by dx, dy, and dz. These are the directions. So we consider no attenuation or no degeneration of light with distance. What about the point light source? Point light source like a Luxo, or you can say a table lamp. So this table lamp or Luxo, it models point light source with direction. So there is certain directions also involved. So the intensity is again given by I0. The position is again Px, Py, Pz. The direction is dx, say dx, and d. Okay, and we have attenuation also. Of course, this is because this is not at infinity or not a natural light source. it will of course give you certain attenuation. So if this is the angle, this d is the light source light, and this is the angle at which it is going. This is given by L. So this d and L, d dot L, will be included in the previous expression we have seen. So IL will be computed. The light will be computed of the intensity given by I0 d into L by Kc plus K1 d plus Kq d square. So these were the emissions at light sources. Let us see the scattering at surfaces. So how to model the surface reflection first. If this is a surface, if a light is because you can see that the light touches the surface. So some light it may go this way, it may go this way. So this is called as the surface reflection. Every surface, whenever light is subjected to, or it is in contact with the surface, it will definitely be going to reflect it. This is given by Rs. This reflection is given by Rs, which is a function of theta, phi, gamma, and psi and lambda. So this describes the amount of incident energy. Rs is the we have various factors here. So this describes the amount of incident energy arriving from direction, say theta, phi. So theta and phi that together form the, or tells you the direction from which it is coming, and leaving in direction. So once this light is incident on the surface, now it is reflected. So this is arriving at theta, phi, and this is leaving at certain angle gamma and psi. Say. Lambda is the wavelength. Empirical model, again, we cannot ideally measure radiant energy for all combinations of incident light, because it will be a lot of storage and very difficult in practice. This is what we were talking about. Lambda is a wavelength, theta phi is the direction of incidence, and then the psi and lambda is the reflected parameters. So this is the reflectance model. Simple analytical model we can use. We can use the diffuse reflection, because there are various types of reflection. As I said, light will go here, light will go here, some may be reflected. So diffuse reflection plus specular reflection, because of the surface. Surface is not always plain. It may be like this also. So there will be specular reflection also, and the emission and the ambient. This is the model which is based on the model which is proposed by Phong. This is simple analytical model for reflectance. Okay. Now this diffuse reflection. First, we'll talk about the diffuse reflection. We assume surface reflects equally in all directions. This is a diffuse reflection. Diffuse reflection means that the surface reflects equally in all directions. For example, chalk and clay. These are the examples of the things or the objects which actually give you diffuse reflection. So how we can get the diffuse reflection expression? How much light is reflected? So this actually depends on the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. So for the angle of incidence, this is dA surface, and this is the dl. Okay, this is dA and this is dl. So we can use the projection, that is dl is nothing but the dA cos theta. This is the theta. So dl is given by dA cos theta. This depends on the angle of incident. This is the diffuse reflection. So we can also take the Lambertian model. This is simple cosine law, simple dot product. This is n, that is the surface normal. This is the L, incident light. So in ID, that is the intensity of diffuse reflection, is given by Kd, that is the constant, and given by n dot L, this n dot L, and In. This is the intensity of L. Then specular reflection. Specular reflection is strongest near the mirror angle. Here, mirror angle, this angle, these are the angles. For example, you have mirrors and metals, so these are specular reflections. The specular reflections, how much light is seen, it actually again depends on the angle of light, incident light, and the angle to viewer. So if viewer is here, how much light is being seen by the or observed by the viewer? These are theta, and this is the angle of the alpha angle with the r, and these are reflected light. This is the angle of V actually from the reflected light. This is alpha, theta. So we can easily model this specular reflection with respect to the Phong model, and he says that Phong model, this specular reflection is given by cos alpha to the power n. We know that cos alpha can be given by Vr. So Vr to the power n, and Ks is the constant for the Ks, that is the specular reflection, and IL is again what we have been talking about, but Is is the intensity of the specular reflection light. Then we come to the emission. So emission, it represents the light emitting directly from polygon. Light which is emitting directly from polygon. So emission is not equal to 0 anytime. Then ambient light. What is ambient light? Ambient term is it represent the reflection of all indirect illumination. See, they are direct illumination, they are indirect illumination. So the reflection because of all indirect illumination is given by the ambient. That is why the term is ambient. This is the total hat. That means it avoids complexity of global illumination. So these are the four things. This green is your diffuse reflection. This one is your specular reflection. This is your emission, and of course this is your ambient. Okay, and if you just change the light position, you'll see that these values will change. It is more of a specular reflection rather than the previous one, which was more of a diffuse reflection. So reflectance model. There are various reflectance model as suggested by form. So some diffuse, we take diffuse. This is the ambient one. This is the diffuse one, ambient one. This is the specular one, and this is the total. So we add all of them: diffuse, ambient, and specular. So if this phi 1 equal to 60 degree, the values will be like this, and the object will be seen like this. 25 degree like this, with 0 degree it will be like this. Now the surface illumination calculation. If you have a simple light source, then we add whatever we have just computed. We add them all: IE plus K, IAL, ambient. Then you have this one, the diffuse one, the specular one, and this is the viewer. So you have a light, you have a viewer. All these angles. This is a normal. This is the light. This is the reflected. This is the direction of the viewer. So all these can be added, and this is the final expression. And if you have multiple light source, see these are multiple light source. So we'll just sigma. It means we'll add these. This will remain same. We assume the ambient and the other one to be quite equal. But the diffuse and specular, this we need to really see. We need to add for every source. Now we come to the global illumination. In global illumination, we have shadows, refractions, and inter-object reflections. So this is the global illumination. There is no light source, but still it is being illuminated. So, and this is being illuminated from all the lights which are coming. So first of all, we'll talk about the shadows. So shadow terms tells which light sources are blocked. Shadow will tell you that the light sources which are blocked. Some light sources, they are not blocked. Some light sources, they are actually there. So we cast ray towards each light source alike. Each light source. These are the rays. These are the different rays. So we cast ray, and this is a global perspective. There are various. This is one model, but there are various models together. So we cast a ray towards each light source alike. These are the light sources, and Si equal to 0 if ray is blocked, and we say Si equal to 1 otherwise. So in the previous term, we will add a term of shadow SL, and you know what S is going to be. 0 or otherwise, that is 1 if the ray is blocked or not. So this ray casting, what is this ray casting? This traces primary rays from the camera. Ray casting is it traces the primary rays from the camera. So direct illumination from unblocked lights only are seen. Direct illumination from unblocked lights here, ray casting. So we trace primary rays from the camera, and this is the viewer, these are the light, these are the shadow ray, these are the shadow ray coming, and this is the light, this is the viewer is here, this is the normal, and this is light 2. So we perform the ray casting, and after that we perform the recursive ray tracing. We also trace secondary rays from the hit sources, not direct, but the light may come from say here, light may come from this point reflecting from this point. So we also trace secondary rays from hit surfaces. So global illumination from mirror reflection and also the transparency. So we add two terms here. Apart from the shadow, we add two terms here for these two values which we saw. One is ray tracing and the other is recursive ray tracing. Then we also add the mirror reflection, that is we trace secondary ray in direction of mirror reflection. We evaluate radiance along the secondary ray and include it into the illumination model. So this is the radiance for mirror reflection ray, IR. We also add this, and then comes the transparency. What is this transparency? The trace secondary ray in the direction of refraction. We also trace this ray, secondary ray along the direction of reflection. So we evaluate the radiance along secondary ray and include it in our illumination model. Okay. there will be refraction also. Not only reflection, there will be refraction also. These are the refraction. See, refraction. We also add them. This is the radiance for refraction rate, IT. Then the transparency coefficient. The transparency coefficient is a fraction transmitted. So if kt equal to 1, if the object is translucent, kt equal to 1 if the object is opaque. Transparency will only be there if the object is translucent. Otherwise, if it is opaque, we will take kt equal to 0 here. So kt always lies between 0 to 1 if the object is semi-transparent. So this is the semi-transparency we are talking about, and we'll add the kt term also. And about the refractive transparency, this is the refraction. Okay. So for thin surfaces, we can ignore the changes in direction. We can say that T is equivalent to minus L. This T is nothing but equal to minus L, no refraction we assume. So we assume light travels straight through the surface. There is no refraction. For solid objects, we'll apply the Snell's law. That is, eta sine theta is equal to eta sine theta. This is a R. For this R, eta R. And this is the refractive index. Eta I and eta R are the refractive index. Theta R and theta I are the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. So now here T is given by Ni by Nr cos theta I minus cos theta R into N, into this normal, minus Ni by Nr into L. This is the light. Okay. This Ni is the refractive index of this surface or this region. Nr is this medium. So direct elimination, we will use the ray casting, and this is usually we use simple analytical approximation for light source emission and the surface reflecting. While in global elimination, we use the recursive ray tracing. We incorporate the shadows, the mirror reflections, and the pure reflections. Now this is the illumination terminology. Before we end, let us learn about this also. So radiant power, that is the flux phi, is the rate at which the light energy is transmitted. This is the radiant power. Radiant intensity, that is I, is given by the power radiated onto a unit solid angle in direction, that is given by watts by steradian. SR is the angle or the unit of our solid angle. So this is, for example, you have energy distribution of a light source, that is inverse square law. Radiance is what? Radiance is the radiant intensity per unit projected surface area given by watts by meter square SR, which is the light carried by a single ray, no inverse law, square law. Irradiance is the incident flux density on a locally planar area. Radiosity is the excitant flux density from a locally planar area. Right? So this is about the elimination. I hope you got the idea, but you need really go to the book and learn it more carefully, because this is just an overview. Thank you so much. Take care.